Welcome back to Market Day Report. I'm Scott Schulte, otherwise known as the Cow Guy, bringing to you the prices today and what we think might or may happen tomorrow for the USDA report. It's still all a wild guess, but generally speaking, the market thinks that things are going to get bigger, right? Like the carryout and/or production. So we'll see. But things have been trading a little weaker because of that. Let's take a look at what that corn table is doing for us right now and see how corn is. Corn's just a little bit easier, 1.25 cents lower in that D's contract at 5.51 3/4. March off 1.25 as well at 5.61. Now, beans weren't off as much overnight, but man, as we come into the day today, they've really started to sink lower. January is off 15.25 cents at 11.90 1/4. March is off 15.5 cents at 12.02. So that Jan has given up that $12 level as well. So something to keep an eye on there and see how that reacts to the numbers tomorrow. But it just seems like to me, people are getting pretty bearish over there, right? How about wheat? This isn't bearish. Deese is up 4 cents in that Chicago wheat. 7.70 is last. March is up 3 3/4 at 7.83, right? How about Kansas City hard red wheat? What's that doing? Showing some good gains. So it's wheat's day today. Deese is up 5 cents at 7.83 3/4. March is up 5.5 cents at 7.88. Moving right along to Minneapolis, the spring wheat there. We've got Deese up 3/4. That's 3 ticks at 10.10 1/4. We'll take it. March is up 3 3/4 cents at 9.99 even. We have been as high as 10.01 1/4 there. So let's take a look at cotton. It wasn't doing anything the last time we checked. It's still doing. It's doing a little bit more than that, I guess. Now we're up 10 bips at 116 spot 97, and that Deese contract. We do have about a 2-cent range there. So still moving around just a tad. All right, let's bring in Todd Horowitz from Bubba Trading. Todd is an old friend of the show, an old friend of mine from the floor of the Chicago Board of Trade. He is in Las Vegas showing off all of his lovely artwork of the Renoir and the Monet behind him. Todd, whatever we say today is going to mean absolutely nothing in 12 hours or 24 hours time because we're going to get the numbers from the government. What are your thoughts and what should we be looking at?
Well, Scott, I think that first of all, I think that they're trying to pre-price what the report's going to say. And I think, as usual, they are probably overpricing the bearish side of soybeans here. I mean, we've had a dramatic move in soybeans. We were just $12.70, and now we're under $12. And I think that what happens in this case is, the report will come out, and if it's bearish like they expect, okay. But I think that you'll see people look around and say, wait a second, they're not going down anymore because we've already so oversold into it. And I think that would to me, we're more likely to get a rally off the report no matter what it says, because I don't know if it can be as bearish as they're trying to price in right now.
Yeah, I mean, it's like, I sit here and I'm like, okay, I get it, right? I get the fact that we probably will have a little revision to the production numbers, a little bit more, maybe a little bit less export. Okay, fine, that's a little bit bearish. Maybe more South American beans come online before we thought they would. Oh, okay, I get it, that might be a little bit bearish. Input prices are forcing maybe the perceived acreage shift from corn to beans. All right, I get it, that might be a little bit bearish. And then I would say to myself, all right, but give me a reason to buy it, okay? Well, you know what? They just gave me a 70-cent discount, like you just said. That might be a reason to buy it. So you got everybody lining up, like you've said, waiting for this bearish report. You know what? It better be bearish. That's all I got to say, because if it's not bearish enough, you're going to see these guys kind of run for the exits, and you might see this board be higher come tomorrow afternoon.
And I also think when you look at the USDA report, okay, fine, it's a report. But, government reports are so inaccurate, and they're always revised one way or the other at a later date. So are you really getting the accurate information of what is exactly going on? And I would tend to guess that the price action in the market will give you a better clue than what the report actually ends up to be.
All right, before we go to break, they released on Friday their 10-year projection. How about that? They don't know what they're going to have for breakfast tomorrow, and they're going to give us a 10-year projection. All right, let's stay right there. We're going to go away, pay some bills, come back and talk about livestock with Todd Horowitz from Bubba Trading after this. All right, welcome back to Market Day Report. I'm Scott Schulte. Thanks for joining us. If you're just joining us, thanks for being with us all day. If you've been with us all day, but we're going to try to get you this information in a timely fashion, informative, and also make sure that you know what we're worried about and are concerned about and what these analysts have to say about what this market's going to be looking like going into tomorrow's USDA report. But this is going to be a livestock section, so let's talk about what's going on in the live cattle. Cow Guy likes to talk about live cattle. December's up 52 cents at 132, spot 32. Feb's up 40 cents in that live cattle market at 137.52. All right, let's move over to feeders. What are they doing today? with a lower corn board. Let's see what the feeders are going to be. Feeders had been a little easier. They are going to continue to be, well, feeders are, the front month is. January is up 62 cents at 160.22. March up 60 cents at 161.37. With that corn board being a little easier, we're getting a little bit of a bump in the feeders right here as we speak. And then finally, let's move on over to lean hogs. Little something for everybody there, really. I mean, we've got December off 37 cents at 76.17. We've got Feb off 17 cents. We do have April sharply unchanged. We go out to the deferreds way out to June. We're actually up 7 cents. So there you go. A little bit of something for everybody. Let's bring back in Todd Horwitz from Bubba Trading to make sense of it all for us. Todd, what do you think about these livestock prices?
I love them. I think they look great. I think that we're going higher. Look, I think you're going to see some natural pullbacks, which I think, today kind of blasé, but the whole market is kind of blasé today. But I think overall, I think we're in really good shape. And I think hogs are starting to turn nicely, along with fats and feeders. And I think we're going higher. I would certainly hate to be short here as well. I think that these prices look pretty good, and I think that they have a lot of room to run. And I think we could see a very nice rally, going into Christmas and into the first quarter next year. And I think everything looks pretty positive at this moment.
You know what? And I'll throw on something on top of that. We just got that infrastructure bill went through. Look, this inflation thing is not going away. I mean, and you can see some real big price increases. I mean, look, we had a government reading from inflation level of 5.4%, right? Well, on Friday, we got average hourly earnings year over year. They're only up 4.9%. So for all the wage gains that everybody think they got so far this year, they're actually out money because inflation's eaten more than what they've gained in wage gains. So that's something that's going to be really something to keep an eye on, because we have a PPI, the producer price index this week. We get the consumer price index this week. Those are big inflation numbers, as well as what we're going to get from WASD. So I don't know.
And one quick thing, I know you got to go, but one quick thing. Remember that the 5.4 doesn't include food and energy, which are the two biggest costs. So you're really probably well over 10.
Right.
Okay?
There you go.
You're paying twice as much than your raise. So
and we're pouring some more money in on top of it and threatening to do some more. Anyway, that's for another show. All right. Thanks very much. That's Todd Horwitz from Bubba Trading. Thanks for being on, Todd. We're going to come back to Nashville and throw this one back over to Tammy.